Latin America, ceviche. What more to say? Enjoy.
Ceviche, it's not just a recipe, that's a whole food group on its own. I mean, it's crazy. There are so many you can make. There are traditional ones like tiradito and this, that, and the other. But today we're going to make a simple version that we have invented ourselves that tastes divine. And first, we're going to start with a red onion, half a red onion actually, because we won't need all of it, like this. And then we're going to cut it simply, very thinly, julienne, like that. And then we take all these strands of onion here and separate them, and then we put them in ice water. That will ensure that we take away that bite that the onion can have, and then they will become extra crispy. And we can leave them there while we make all the rest of the things, because the longer they stay here, of course with limitations, the better they get. Then we're going to finely dice some chili. I don't know how much we want here, not a lot, but I don't want to make it overly spicy because that will take the nice flavor of the fish away. But we want some chili in there, some heat. Think that's enough?
Yeah, it should be. Maybe a little bit more, yeah.
It's not so much fish, it's just like an appetizer. Like that. And we just give this a fine, we get it really small and nice. And we're gonna finely chop some cilantro. I don't know how much we need here again, but that's enough for the sauce, I would say. And the star of the show, our beautiful filletized sea bream from the Aegean Sea that we're gonna cube up. And when you wanna cube this, don't cube them too small. You want to have some chunks. So I'm gonna split this down the middle and flip it over. And then I would say chunks like that. So I get some nice bite-sized pieces. And by the way, this has been frozen overnight, and I highly recommend you do that because fish, they can carry parasites. So if you freeze it overnight, you don't have any risk of getting anything bad. And now we make our sauce while the fish is in the fridge. And we start out with a couple of limes, I would say 3 maybe. And this is actually where we're gonna sort of cook the fish. The lime juice is gonna, or the citric acid is gonna cook the fish, so we're not gonna cook it over any heat or anything like that.
It's like marinating, right?
It's actually marinating or curing, or whatever you wanna call it. It's lime and salt and some other aromatics, which I will show you. To that we're gonna add our chopped chilies here, and then we're gonna give it, you cannot get around this. You need to get some Aji Amarillo paste. It's really good for this. So we're going to take I would say a good teaspoon of that. It is a little bit spicy, but tastes amazing. A good pinch of salt. And some black pepper. Not too much of that because fish has a very mild flavor. And I'm going with some of our chopped cilantro. Not all of it, something like that. And we mix that in with a spoon. We give it a quick taste. Perfect. Let's get the fish. All that's left to do is get our fish into our sauce, like this. And then I'll show you what happens. It starts after a very short while. All our fish in, and we give it a good mix so everything gets covered. And I think you can already start seeing that the fish starts turning white as the citric acid starts to cure it together with the salt. Yeah. You see the edges starts already turning white. Now we're going to leave this in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. You can go as little as 5 if you like it on the raw, let's say sushi style side. But if you go much longer than 15, 20, then the fish will start becoming mushy. So that's about the sweet spot, but it depends how much you want to let it go. Into the fridge, see you in a bit. And look, our fish is nice and cured, ready to be plated up, and it looks amazing, and we know it is. So let's make this look pretty. So we take a small pile here in the middle, a little bit more. That's the good stuff here. It's gonna be beautiful. I love the color of the sauce, it's excellent. A bit of our crispy onion to garnish here on the side. And they're really crunchy now. And let's give it a couple of leaves of cilantro, just so it looks good. I think that looks pretty, huh?
Yeah, it does.
And then we have some roasted Peruvian giant corn. We're gonna serve with it.
That's actually huge.
Yeah, they are great. They are actually, and they're quite fun. They're different from sweet corn. They are hard to explain. You should try them out. They're very good. And then one thing we learned in one of our fish restaurants here that pairs very well with this is crushed red pepper flake from red peppers, rosé peppers, I think they're called. That pairs so well with this. And if that's not pretty, I don't know what is. I'm gonna go in for a taste straight away. Get some onion here, if I can. And some of our fish. Oh, this is beautiful. That's fantastic with the lime sauce. It's so fresh, it's so good. I just love Peruvian cuisine, it's excellent. And trust me, you are gonna see many more ceviche recipes here where we make leche de tigre, we're gonna serve them with boiled sweet corn, all the traditional style. This one is ours and it's damn good.